Welcome, restless explorer, to the Sleepless Scientist. Are you ready to embark on a thrilling quest? One that dives deep into the shadows of your very own self. Imagine this, a hidden realm. A place so enigmatic, so elusive, that even the sharpest minds in science stand in awe of its secrets. A land where thoughts are born, dreams take flight, and mysteries whisper in the dark. Tonight, we're venturing into the most mysterious place in the body, the brain. Yes, that quiet, pulsing marvel tucked inside your skull. A universe of wonder waiting to be uncovered. So, settle in, whether you're curled up under a blanket, staring at the ceiling, or pacing the floor at midnight. Where are you tuning in from tonight? What time is it in your corner of the world? Drop it in the comments if you're feeling curious. I'd love to know how far this sleepless journey takes us. And if you enjoy these late-night adventures, a quick tap on the like button or a subscribe keeps this ship sailing through the galaxy of discovery. Let's dive in. Shall we? Hold your breath. Open your mind and prepare to unravel the enigma that shapes who you are. Now, don't be alarmed. This isn't the stuff of sci-fi thrillers, with mad scientists probing brains in neon-lit labs. No, the brain we're exploring tonight is yours. Mina, ours a real, living, breathing masterpiece. It's calm, yet chaotic. Silent, yet buzzing. A paradox wrapped in a 3-pound bundle of tissue. As you lean back, maybe with a cup of tea in hand, or your eyes wide open in the dark, let's begin this journey. The brain, dear traveler, is no ordinary organ. It's the command center of your existence, the maestro of your movements, the poet of your thoughts. But for all its power, it remains a frontier. A vast, uncharted wilderness. Scientists have mapped the ocean's depths, climbed the highest peaks. Yet, the brain, it's still a riddle, a cosmic puzzle in the flesh. Take a deep breath. Let it go, and let's drift into this quiet chaos, where science meets wonder. Picture yourself floating through your own body, a tiny explorer in a grand, living landscape. You glide past the steady beat of your heart, the gentle rise of your lungs, until you reach it, the brain, a wrinkled, unassuming mass. It doesn't look like much at first, but don't be fooled. This is no mere lump of matter. It's a galaxy of neurons, a constellation of connections, firing and flickering like stars in the night sky. The brain is home to roughly 86 billion neurons, each a tiny spark of life, chatting with thousands of others in a symphony of signals. But what makes it so mysterious? Why does this quiet giant, this sleeping sentinel of the self, keep us guessing? It's not just its complexity, though that's staggering. It's the way it hides its secrets, like a locked diary written in a language we're still learning to read. Let's start at the beginning, shall we? In the dark, where the brain's story unfolds. To understand this mystery, let's go back, way back, to how it all begins. Imagine a single cell, a speck of potential, dividing and growing in the womb. From this humble start, the brain takes shape, folding and twisting into a structure as intricate as a cosmic web. By the time you're born, your brain is already a marvel, ready to learn, adapt, and dream. But here's the twist. It's not finished. Unlike your heart or your bones, the brain keeps building itself, rewiring, reshaping, even now. As you listen, this ability, called neuroplasticity, is one of its greatest tricks. It's like a sculptor, constantly carving new pathways, molding who you are based on every laugh, every tear, every late-night thought. But for all its brilliance, the brain guards its depths. We know it controls our breath, our steps, our words. But how? How does this soft, squishy organ conjure love? It's fear, or the smell of rain on a summer night? Let's zoom in closer to the building blocks of this enigma. Those 86 billion neurons we mentioned, they're the workers, the messengers, zipping signals across gaps called synapses. Each neuron might connect to 0 others, creating a network so vast it dwarfs the stars in the sky. Trillions of connections, firing in patterns, give rise to your memories, your habits, your sense of self. But here's where the mystery deepens. Scientists call this the neural code, the language of the brain, and we've only begun to crack it. Imagine trying to decode a song in a foreign tongue, with notes and rhythms shifting every second. That's the challenge. We can watch neurons light up in scans, retract their chatter with electrodes, but translating it, that's like catching a whisper in a storm. And yet, this dance of signals, is you your first kiss? Your favorite song? The pang of a late-night worry? As we drift deeper, let's pause at a quiet corner of this landscape, the cerebral cortex. This wrinkled outer layer, just a few millimeters thick, is the brain's thinking cap. It's where logic lives, where you plan, dream, and solve. But even here, mystery lurks. Why do these folds, these grooves, vary so much between us? Some say they're like fingerprints. Unique to you? Shaped by genes and experience? Beneath the cortex lies the limbic system, the heart of emotion. Here, the amygdala guards your fears. The hippocampus stores your memories. And the hypothalamus whispers hunger, of thirst, désir. These ancient regions, older than human thought, quietly, steering your feelings in ways you rarely notice. Ever wonder why a scent triggers a flood of childhood joy? That's the hippocampus. Assis en librariant, filing away your past. But the brain's not just a map of parts. It's a storyteller, a weaver of dreams. Let's float to the thalamus, a relay station, passing signals like a cosmic switchboard, or the cerebellum, the quiet coordinator, keeping your steps steady as you dance or stumble. And then there's the brainstem, the humble bass, keeping you alive with every breath, every heartbeat. These regions work in harmony, a silent orchestra, but we still don't fully grasp the score. Why does one misstep, a tiny clot or burst, turn a vibrant mind silent? Why do some brains heal, while others fade? The mystery pulses on, a quiet current beneath the surface. Now, let's venture into the shadows, to the brain's deepest puzzles. One of the greatest is consciousness, that elusive spark of awareness. What makes you? You scientists call this the hard problem of consciousness. And it's a beast. We can measure brainwaves, track blood flow in an fMRI, but how do these squiggles and colors become your sense of being? Some say it's the sum of neural chatter, a symphony emerging from chaos. Others whisper of something more, a ghost in the machine, a riddle beyond our tools. Imagine this billions of neurons firing, weaving thoughts. Yet no single spot holds yourself. You're not in your cortex, not in your limbic system, but everywhere and nowhere. A cosmic dance of electricity and wonder. Does that keep you up at night? It does for me. Let's drift to another enigma, sleep. Yes, the brain, this tireless explorer, needs rest, too. But sleep's no simple shutdown. As you lie there, eyes closed, your brain hums, cycling through stages. In deep sleep, it cleans house, flushing toxins, repairing itself. In REM sleep, it dreams, painting wild tales of flying or falling. Why do we dream? Some say it's the brain processing the day, filing memories like a diligent clerk. Others guess it's a playground, a safe space to test fears and hopes. But the truth, it's a shadow, a whisper we chase. And here's a twist, even in sleep, the brain never fully rests. It's a sleepless giant, always watching, always weaving, even as you drift. Now, let's wander to the brain's wild side, creativity. Where do ideas come from? That spark of a story. At tune, a solution. Creativity begins with the brain's ability to connect the seemingly unconnected, the prefrontal cortex. The brain's forward-thinking hub plays a starring role. Located at the front of the skull, it handles planning, problem-solving, and abstract thought when you brainstorm. This region lights up, weaving new patterns from old knowledge. Imagine it as a maestro, conducting a symphony of ideas, pulling notes from memory, emotion, and imagination. But it's not a solo act. The default mode network, a web of areas like the medial prefrontal cortex and posterior cingulate, hums when you daydream or let your mind wander. This network, active in quiet moments, seeds creativity by linking random thoughts, like a painter splashing colors to see what emerges. Neurons fire across the brain, bridging regions in unique ways. The temporal lobes, nestled behind your ears, store memories and language, feeding the raw material past experiences. Words, images into the mix. The parietal cortex, above, blends sensory inputs, letting you see a new design or hear a melody in your mind. Meanwhile, the limbic system, the emotional core, adds feeling. The hippocampus recalls a childhood scene. The amygdala stirs passion. And suddenly, a story or song takes shape. This interplay, called neural integration, is key. Creativity thrives when the brain's parts talk, merging logic and emotion, old and new. But why is creativity so mysterious? Science points to its unpredictability. Electroencephalography shows alpha waves rise during creative bursts, a calm state, easing connections. Functional MRI scans reveal the aha moment. Sudden insight sparks the right temporal lobe. A flash of genius, tying loose ends. Yet no formula predicts it. The process, dubbed divergent thinking, spawns many solutions. Unlike logic's straight path, a poet might see a cloud and craft a tale, an engineer a new device. This flexibility defies mapping, a quiet chaos in the brain's folds. What fuels this spark? Neurotransmitters like dopamine. The pleasure, chemical surge, rewarding bold ideas. Environment matters, Too stress dims creativity, while play, novelty, and freedom fan it. Neuroplasticity, the brain's reshaping power, helps. Learning a skill painting. Coding builds new neural paths. Enriching the creative. Well, but why do some excel genetics may wire some brains for looser links? Letting ideas flow wild. Experience, practice, and risk-taking hone it. 2. Ever had an idea strike in the shower? That's the brain. Relaxed, weaving threads in secret. Mystery lingers. Why do dreams inspire in REM sleep? The brain remixes the day, birthing odd visions, perhaps a clue to invention. And the subconscious, a silent sea, bubbles up insights. As if ideas simmer below, artists call it a muse. Scientists, a puzzle. No single spot holds creativity. It's a dance. A sleepless flame. From cave paintings to rockets, the brain's creative pulse drives us. A quiet giant, crafting wonder from within. The brain's creative process is one of its most captivating mysteries. A dance of neurons, regions, and experiences that births ideas, art, and innovation. Let's dive into this wondrous mechanism, exploring how the brain conjures creativity, why it's so elusive, and what science reveals about its magic. Creativity begins with the brain's ability to connect the seemingly unconnected, the prefrontal cortex. The brain's forward-thinking hub plays a starring role, located at the front of the skull. It handles planning, problem-solving, and abstract thought. When you brainstorm, this region lights up, weaving new patterns from old knowledge. Imagine it as a maestro, conducting a symphony of ideas, pulling notes from memory, emotion, and imagination. But it's not a solo act. The default mode network, a web of areas like the medial prefrontal cortex and posterior cingulate, hums when you daydream or let your mind wander. This network, active in quiet moments, seeds creativity by linking random thoughts. Like a painter splashing colors to see what emerges. Neurons fire across the brain, bridging regions in unique ways. The temporal lobes, nestled behind your ears, store memories and language, feeding the raw material past experiences, words, images into the mix. The parietal cortex, above, blends sensory inputs, letting you see a new design or hear a melody in your mind. Meanwhile, the limbic system, the emotional core, adds feeling. The hippocampus recalls a childhood scene. The amygdala stirs passion. And suddenly, a story or song takes shape. This interplay, called neural integration, is key. Creativity thrives when the brain's parts talk, merging logic and emotion, old and new. But why is creativity so mysterious? Science points to its unpredictability. Electroencephalography, EEG, shows alpha waves rise during creative bursts, a calm state easing connections. Functional MRI scans reveal the aha moment. Sudden insight sparks the right temporal lobe, a flash of genius tying loose ends. Yet no formula predicts it. The process, dubbed divergent thinking, spawns many solutions. Unlike logic's straight path, a poet might see a cloud and craft a tale, an engineer, a new device. This flexibility defies mapping, a quiet chaos in the brain's folds. What fuels this spark? Neurotransmitters like dopamine, The pleasure chemical. Surge. Rewarding bold ideas. Environment matters. To stress dim. Creativity. Wild play. Novelty. And freedom fan it. Neuroplasticity. The brain's reshaping power. Helps. Learning a skill painting. Coding builds new neural paths. Enriching the creative well. But why do some excel genetics may wire some brains for looser links? Letting ideas flow wild. Experience. Practice. And risk-taking hone it. 2. Ever had an idea strike in the shower? That's the brain. Relaxed. Weaving threads in secret. Mystery lingers. Why do dreams inspire in REM sleep? The brain remixes the day, birthing odd visions, perhaps a clue to invention. And the subconscious, a silent sea, bubbles up insights as if ideas simmer below. Artists call it a muse. Scientists, a puzzle. No single spot holds creativity. It's a dance. A sleepless flame. From cave paintings to rockets. The brain's creative pulse drives us. A quiet giant, crafting wonder from within. As we explore, let's touch on the brain's quiet power memory. The hippocampus. That tiny seahorse-shaped wonder stores your life's story. But memory's tricky, slippery, like water through your fingers. Why do you recall your 5th birthday, but forget last Tuesday? Scientists say memories form when neurons link, strengthening bonds through repetition, but they fade. 2. Reshaped by time or emotion. Ever notice how a song pulls you back to a moment? Vivid as yesterday. That's the brain. A time machine. Bending past and present. Yet some memories hide. Locked in the subconscious. A vote we can't kite open. Psychoanalysts like Freud called this a buried realm. A place of hidden desires and fears. Is it real? We're still digging. Still guessing. But the brain's not always a hero. Let's peer into its shadows. Where mysteries turn dark. Disorders like depression, anxiety, schizophrenia haunt millions. In depression, the brain dims. Its chemicals, like serotonin, dipping low, casting a fog over joy. In schizophrenia, reality bends, as if the brain's wires cross, conjuring voices or visions. Scientists study neurotransmitters, dopamine, glutamate, chasing clues. But cures remain elusive. Why do some brains falter? Is it genes, trauma, or a silent glitch? And then there's Alzheimer's, the thief of memory, slowly unraveling the self. These are frontiers, uncharted lands, where science tiptoes, seeking light in the dark. Let's shift to a marvel, the brain's adaptability. Neuroplasticity, that sculpting power, lets it rewire after injury. A stroke might silence one region, but others step up, learning to speak, move, live again. It's like a city rebuilding after a storm. Roads rerouting, lights flickering back. But the mystery lingers. Why do some recover, while others don't? Scientists probe stem cells, growth factors, hoping to unlock this quiet resilience. And here's a wonder, even in age, the brain grows, sprouting new connections if you learn. Unplay, explore. Ever taught yourself a skill? A language? A tune? That's your brain. a tireless builder, defying time. As we journey deeper, let's marvel at the senses. Your brain takes light, sound, touch, and weaves them into reality. The visual cortex paints what you see, a sunset's glow, or a loved one's face. The auditory cortex hums with birdsong, a friend's laugh. But its new passive receiver, it fills gaps, predicts patterns, tricks you with illusions. Ever seen a face in a cloud? That's the brain, a storyteller, finding meaning in chaos. And smell, that ancient sense, ties straight to emotion. The olfactory bulb whispering to the limbic system, a whiff of bread. And you're a child again. How does the brain blend these threads into your world? It's a puzzle. A quiet miracle. Now, let's chase a cosmic question. The brain and the universe. Some scientists dare to compare them. The brain's neural network, with its billions of connections, mirrors the cosmic web. Galaxies linked by filaments of dark matter. Is this a coincidence? Or a clue? Both are vast, complex, alive with energy. The universe expands, evolves. The brain learns, adapts. Some whisper of a deeper link. A pattern in nature's design. Imagine your thoughts. Tiny comets, striking a vast mind. The brain, a universe within, guards its truth. A quiet sentinel of the self. Does that stir you? Keep you awake? It's a wonder. A sleepless thread. Let's explore the brain's silent partners, hormones and chemicals. Dopamine danse, sparking pleasure when you win. Love, eat. Serotonin soothes, a calm tide for mood. Adrénaline surge, a lightning bolt for fight or flight. The brain and body talk, a ceaseless chat via the pituitary gland. The master messenger, but the mystery. We don't fully grasp the balance. Why does stress flood cortisol? Clouding thought. Why do some brains crave dopamine? Chasing thrills, it's a delicate waltz. A quiet tug of war. And science still peers through the fog, seeking the rhythm. As we drift, consider the brain's legacy. It's built us from fire to flight, cave to cosmos, but it's fragile. A whisper in flesh, a bump, a bug, and it falters. Science races, mapping, mending, dreaming. Can we crack its code? Save its spark. Imagine a world where minds glow, linked, undimad. The brain, our guide, ids at depth, a quiet giant, sleepless. Staring us on, let's peer into tomorrow. The brain's future dazzles. AI mimics its nets. Neurons inspire chips. Gain edits target flaws. Implants, bridge gaps. But mystery's tower, can we know the self? Will machines think? I feel the brain, a frontier, beckons, a sleepless puzzle. Imagine thoughts soaring, minds mending. A new dam? Does that ignite you? Stir your night, it's the brain. A tireless flame, burning bright. Now, let's reflect. The brain, the most mysterious place in the body, isn't a void, but a vault. Not a chaos, but a chorus. It births your days, paints your nights, guards yourself. From neuron sparks to cosmic echoes, it weaves a tale, sleepless, vast, Serene, we've journeyed through its folds, its fires, its dreams, chasing a light that flickers, eludes, and yet it's yours. A Giat giant, a sleepless wonder, shaping you in silence. So, dear explorer, where are you tonight? A city buzzing, a room still, a mind racing. What time ticks in your world? If this trek through the brain's mysteries stirred you, tap like, subscribe, send a ripple to the sleepless scientist. It's a spark, a nudge, helping us roam farther. And if you're still awake, eyes bright, I hope this tale fueled your wonder, not your wakefulness. If not, drift on. Dream deep. The brain, our sleepless guide. And hums on, a sentinel of thought, a weaver of worlds. It's not a puzzle to solve, but a partner to know. A place where secrets sleep. Where you begin, so rest now, or ponder. Dear traveler, let the brain's quiet song carry you through night, through wonder, through time. Until next time, explore boldly, sleep softly, and dream of the mysteries within.